Hey guys. Yo Ange, guess what? It's raining. Again. I don't know. I don't know why I seem to forget what springtime is like in New York City, but this is it. I feel like we're in London. And I almost feel like I needed a bigger coat. I know I'm a baby. I can't help it. It's okay. I don't think it's not going to pour. It's going to be high Tony. It's going to be like a misty kind of pin in the ass. That's what it is. Hi, Ambrose. Good morning. We did make it to Friday, though. We made it to Friday. We're just going to take a walk along the streets. We're probably going to end up at a coffee shop, something like that. Hi, Isabella. But just so you guys can see what it looks like out here, here we go. Hi, Light of Wisdom. Light of Wisdom, I did get your message. I'll respond to you when I get a moment. Cloudy, rainy skies all damn day. I think it's supposed to be from like 12 to 1 or 1 to 2 where it's not supposed to rain. But beyond that, we done for real. So hopefully I'll be able to keep you guys somewhat dry. I am not carrying an umbrella because you know what? It's too much. Hi, Liz, Robert. Go back to bed. I so want to go back to bed. You have no idea. I made sure I got up though at a normal time, took my shower, got my breakfast, had my coffee. Definitely not enough. That car is like really dirty. Like, where the hell was that car going? I don't know. Hello, McBuds. I know, April showers, May flowers. Okay. We'll just keep telling ourselves that. What the hell? Like, that's close. No. What the hell is going on? Like, you guys, did you see that? Water main works. So look at, there's a hole, there's another hole, then there's a hole on that side. What the hell? Holy shit. You had a nice salad for breakfast? Oh. You know, food doesn't have to be breakfast or lunch. I can eat anything pretty much anytime, except for maybe like Indian. That's a little bit much for the morning, you know? Don't you think? Indian food? It's a little much. Oh my God, you might just have to go to the diner. I don't know. I'm not really hungry though. I could just go for a coffee. Maybe we'll do that. You think? Having the hood up is a pain in the ass too, by the way. All right, we're not going to go to the diner. We're not doing it right away. Hi, Christopher. Good to see you. Hi, Carl. Good morning. Happy Friday to me. Hope all is good. Any plans for the weekend? I don't know yet. Hi, Logan. Welcome in, Lady Weiser. Good morning.
Remember that one time?
You usually have nuts and breakfast for your cereal? Oh, that's good. Want to look at the flowers? Look, flowers. I don't like when they actually color the daisies like that. That freaks me out a little. Zabari. Hello, welcome in. Something smells like peanut butter. Was it Joe around here? Was Joe around here? It smells like peanut butter. Legit. Bacon and eggs. I had eggs this morning with some cheese and coffee. It was good. I probably eat more eggs than a normal person because I don't eat all the other sides. Like, I don't have hash browns. I don't have toast. So when people have eggs, you know, they'll be like, I'll have 2 eggs. I'll be like, I'll have 3. And if I don't have any other ham or something to go with it, I'll have 4. And I don't want to hear about the cholesterol, guys. I'm sure somebody here is going to be like, but your cholesterol is going to be terrible. I'm going to be like, I don't care. Timothy Chambers, hello. Update on helicopter crash. Yeah, all 6 passed. That was horrific. I saw the video of it and I don't even understand like how or what the hell happened. Like, it broke up before it went. Like, Some people say they think that the rotor must have hit the tail, but I'm like, but how does that happen? Like, aren't they engineered so that they don't touch? You know? Cruel to paint flowers, Isabella. I don't know if it's cruel. I just know it's not. Don't know, I'm wiping you guys down. Man, the barbershop be popping. The Flex Seal didn't hold. I don't know what it was. Okay, so we're taking stock in which way we're gonna go. Okay, it's gonna be raining all damn day. But I didn't want to sit in the apartment. But if it gets really bad, we might just be doing that. You love a coffee in the morning? What has he got? Oh, he picked up his packages. He has a P.O. box up here at the UPS store. I'm always intrigued by that when people do their P.O. box thing at the UPS store. Mine's at the post office. Hi, Phyllis. How are you? All right, guys. It's really starting to come. We're not going to give up right away. Not right away. Not right away, guys. I don't know what happened with that helicopter. Guys, I always forget how I can watch regular TV, like, you know, Channel 7, ABC, on all that stuff. But I remembered this morning, and I saw a little bit, and for some reason they were all talking about Gayle King going up in space. You know, like on one of those civilian trips where they go up in space for like, I don't know, 15 minutes. Then they come back down. What's over here in the windows? Ooh, these look like Mad Men, don't they? They look like Mad Men area. You need a whole new address if the closes right. McBuds, that's what they were saying. Oh no, look. There's a Lego box. $12. Is that a steal? $100 for the owl. $100 for the owl. What? That seems spendy. Katy Perry's gonna join you around the moon? I don't know. But they was all talking about it this morning. They're wishing Gayle, oh Gayle, you're gonna be great. And they had all these celebrities talking to Gayle. I'm like, is this for real thing? Like, we have to worry about what the celebrities are gonna go on their trip? Come on, man. We're gonna cross the street. I've never ordered from Amazon, have you? I have ordered from Amazon. I've ordered from Amazon and Temu and Shein. I've never ordered from AliExpress, but I have ordered from a lot of them. Oh, this used to be a Chase Bank, now it's a Citibank. I find that funny. Engine space? Oh man. I know, it is the sounds of New York, guys. It's the sounds of New York. For real. Oh, the Krispy Kreme moved. Oh no, guys. Remember I told you? Krispy Kreme has moved to McDonald's. They have. They have moved to McDonald's. Now you can get your Krispy Kreme. This is where you go. They decided to move into a McDonald's. So they don't have to pay for their own spot. Talk about smart. Partner with a massive chain. You get your Krispy Kreme. This place is always packed. Like, always packed. Like, there's not even a chair in there. All right, we're gonna go this way. And I think we're probably gonna try to run home. You're singing in the rain, yeah. You bought a donut from McDonald's. I think it's funny. Like, oh, is she running across the street? No, don't do that. Don't. Well, because all the donuts, hi Boris. All the donuts are made in one, they're like made in the center location. And then they were shipped out to other locations. The locations weren't making them. Like the one in Times Square makes them. But all the other places don't. They get it delivered from the factory, from the donut factory. That's what they were doing. Ooh, let's hurry up and get across. It's flashing its hand at us already. Hurry, hurry. It is a soggy Friday morning, Joseph Q. You got that right. Soggy Friday. We're just trying to get a few steps in, get some air. You know what I mean? Don't be like, we're trying not to be like apartment bound. But I'm vibing apartment bound things here right now because the rain is pretty steady. It's hard to tell when you're in an apartment. Like you could look outside, but you can't really see the rain if it's tiny rain. They should send you enjoying the space. That would be hilarious. Oh my gosh. I know. You can tell when you're close to that bakery because you smell it. That's the truth. You'd be like, what is that? That smells fabulous. Yeah, it'd be Dunkin'. It'd be the donut house. Oh, I beat up my equipment so bad, guys. Christopher's man. What? Could that bus get a little closer to curb? That's senior care. Look at this bus going to take me out too. Oh, no, that one actually was in a good spot. The other one was all up my, I swear to God, it was all up my yin yang. For real. I was like, what the hell, man? Why are you all up in my yin yang? Look at the guy's already selling the falafels. It's all up my tailpipe. What the hell is with the buses? What the? Huh? We got the bus fever. I don't get it. It's all up my yin yang. Heavy sigh, guys. Just a heavy sigh. Parisian baguette. They sell nothing that I can have. Oh, they have an Easter bunny cake though. Easter bunnies. Easter's gonna be here soon, guys. Just over a week away. And it'll be Easter. Hippity hoppity. The Easter bunny who lays eggs. Easter bunny who hides the eggs, which I don't understand. Did he steal them from the chickens or what? Good morning, Rich, aka Belmar Beagle. Hello. I don't like jelly donuts anyway. I know what you're saying though. I hate a half-filled donut or barely filled donut. Or donut they just put a hole in it and they forgot to fill it, it feels like. Hi, King Savage. Next Friday is Good Friday. Yeah, you know, like, because I was raised Catholic, I swear to God, the church, like, scares the hell out of children. Like, Good Friday was the most horrible thing in the world. You know? For real. It was like scary story time. I'm telling you. The Catholic faith has it all. It has drama. It's got prostitution. It's got murder. It's a whole damn... I swear to God, it's a whole damn soap opera. If you guys don't believe me, read it. Then your days later. Especially growing up pre-Vatican II. I don't know when Vatican II took place, but, you know. Shit. The whole thing is a telenovela, right? Okay. We're going to sit under scaffolding because it's a moment we can be dry. Oh, holy moly. We're debating. Zombies. It does? It has zombies? Oh my God, did you just say that? Ah, that's funny. Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, it's got Baskin Robbins. You know what's funny? Is Carvel now has Auntie Anne's. Dunkin' Donuts has Baskin Robbins. Everybody's doing a collab. Is that the thing? Oh, the mid 60s? I was born in 68. So I was Vatican II. Oh, hell. Shit's popping off. It's popping off. I don't know what that dude's doing. I still remember in grammar school they had pictures of Pius XII glaring at us. Oh my God. Good morning, Treat 99. Treat 99, I think we're heading back to the apartment because it is starting to pick up on the rain. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to walk one more block and see how it goes. See if it's going to let up. Like I said, we're just walking around. Lazarus is a zombie, right? I'd be like, shit. How long was he in there? Come on, man. Stuff decays. Why are you telling us that? Like Joe, I'm going to tell you guys, this was the funniest thing. Joe never realized until I told him and explained it that the Bible was written many centuries after the whole Christ thing. It was funny. He's like, what do you mean? I said, Joe, these are not first-hand accounts. These are storytelling, like century old storytelling. And he was blown, like to the point of, he was stunned. Haven't hit that like button. Oh, thanks, McBuds. You're awesome. Oop, there's my fire truck. Doot, doot. That's our fire truck for the... Oh, I gotta walk. What am I doing? I'm just sitting here yakking at ya. Yakety yak. But yeah. I had to explain that to Joe. Because I actually... In high school, we had those, like, humanity courses, different kinds you could take. That's what they called them back then, was humanities. I don't know if they still call it that. I have not a clue. Okay, we're gonna look here. Metro Diner. I'm not really hungry though. I remember my father getting his feet washed at home. Oh, I do too. Oh my God, Carl, I remember that. Saturday, you took to get the Easter baskets blessed. All your food blessed in a special basket. It was like the holy food basket. But legit. It's so funny. But when I explained, I took these courses and it was like Bible as literature. Because that's what it is. It's a piece of literature. And honestly, it's, guys, it's fiction. It's man-made. It's a story of a story of a story. Try playing the telephone game. Everybody remember that one? Play the telephone game. Start with one story. And then does it end up at the same? No. What city is this? Peter, this is New York City. We are in New York. Okay, the question is... okay, we're going to go back to the apartment because it's starting to come down some more. Book club. Yeah, it was kind of like a book club. But yeah, you studied the reason why did they say, use certain things like 7 days and 7 this, or 10 this or whatever. It really wasn't referencing that many days. It was trying to relay a length of time. So if they said 30 days and 30 nights or whatever it was, they just meant a really long time. That was the more poetic way of describing it. Greetings from Krakow. Ooh! Never been to Krakow. I would love to visit Krakow. Massive holes. Massive hole. I feel nervous walking across that piece of cement. 7 years ago. Right? But yeah, that was the reason. When I understood that, I was like blown away. How far away am I from the Statue of Liberty? Well, I live on the Upper West Side. Okay, so I live about halfway, a little more than halfway up Central Park. Statue of Liberty is all the way at the bottom of the island. And so I'm going to say maybe 3 miles? I'll explain it to you. Okay? You have to go all the way down this street. And then you'll get to the Statue of Liberty. Hey, Karina, how are you? Yeah, so I think we're going to go back, get some coffee and stuff. I don't know now. Now it's not raining. We're waiting. I hope so, Joe Malika. I am so honestly over the rain and this weather, but I have to remember this is, okay, it's kind of stopped right now. We're going to try it. We're going to try. Should we try a little? No, we're just going to go up. Why do that, Ange? You're just going to get wet. The rain's not bad if you have a good rain suit. The rain sucks. Okay? I don't care what kind of suit you got. It still sucks because everything is wet and you're cold. For real. So we are going to do a half and half stream. Hang on. I'm going to flip you guys around. I don't want to show you everything. You guys are going to probably lose signal in the elevator, but hang tight and I will flip the Wi-Fi on as soon as I get upstairs. Okay? So everybody cross your fingers. We're going to go upstairs. The cloud sucks. I'll be napping later. I know. So we're going to try this. We did do it last time. As long as the elevator's there, we'll be good. Okay, nobody's in the thing. And I have you flipped on me so you guys don't see anything. Okay, we opened the door. Okay, we're going. We're going. Hang tight, hang tight, hang tight, hang tight, hang tight. Not here. It's not here. Somebody left it up on 7. Hi, Desi Des. Thank you, Fraggle Rock. Fraggle Rock, I loved Fraggle Rock. Okay, come on, come on, come on. All the way down. We'll be stopping this elevator because it's in the middle of the building, surrounded by century-old freaking brick and everything else and marble. We'll lose the signal. But I'll come up and I'll refresh it. So hang on tight, guys. We should be back in the apartment. All right, are you guys all here? Are you here? Let me know. I need to know. Did we make it? Did we make it? Whew. I was running. Yes, we made it. Okay. Sometimes I feel like we don't make it. But sometimes we do. Okay, we got to take this all off because inside the apartment, the heat's on, which means we're going to have meltdown fever. But we're going to make coffee. I made coffee earlier, but I like fresh coffee. So Turn on the light, take off my utility belt. That's what I call it. It's a utility belt. Like I'm damn Batman. Yes, we made it. We made it. We made it. I love it. Okay. We're making coffee because this coffee is old from this morning. Maybe we'll do our nails. I don't know. I don't know, guys. When it's raining like this, it literally does make for a very tough kind of day. For real. So how is everybody? It's Friday. Are you guys doing anything fun? Joe and I don't think we're doing anything. Not really too much. We got stuff coming up in a few weeks, like my birthday. What am I going to do for it? I don't know. But I'm sure we'll do something. We'll do something fun. Okay, coffee. Yes, I use Bustelo. Actually, even if I don't have Bustelo, I use this container because it's big. And I do heaping scoops. Heap it up, baby. Which makes Joe crazy because he's like, that's like 4 scoops. I'm like, that's why my coffee tastes better. Because I do not skimp on the coffee. Yeah, my birthday is coming up soon, April 27th. So we have like just over 2 weeks. Is that what it is? Just over 2 weeks to my birthday, which is totally fine. Oh, the rain is a ping pong. It really is. I always use cream. And you know what we're going to do today? That's celery seed. We don't need that. We are going to do, what is this? Is this cinnamon? No, that's dill. I don't want dill in my shit. We're going to make it pretty. We're going to put a little vanilla. And then we're going to put in some cinnamon. How about that? What do I want for my birthday? I just want to have a good day. You have to use the right amount. That's too strong. No, we like it. I'm eating gefilte fish and sauerkraut. No, you're not. I can't with the sauerkraut. Oh my God. Sauerkraut fish, guys. I will be honest with you. Did I think it was okay? I thought it was edible. But it wasn't something that I was like, okay, I'm going to have a lot of this. Like the size bowl they served. There's no way I would be able to eat all that. I was going live today, but with the screen room, having a screen roof, and yeah, I almost thought about it, but I was like, Ange, buck up. Ange needs a mom cave and me time, probably. All right, let's go get a mug. I don't want the big Jaws mug. I want a regular little mug. Okay, we're gonna use my pink mug. Yeah, we store the mugs over there. Why? I don't know. Because it's a thing. Okay, it's a thing. Dead of winter in your old place and you had to keep the windows all the time. Joe, all the time. Windows are constantly open at our house, except for the summer, because it got good Yelp reviews. Yeah, well, apparently Yelp sucks. I don't know. Oh, that's a lot of cinnamon. I was not a big fan. I felt like, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I tried the original, which was the sauerkraut fish soup. Okay, I am using monk fruit for my sweetener, in case anybody wants to know. Okay, I put a little bit there. I've already put the cinnamon and a little vanilla in there. Now we're gonna put this in, which is cream. Now this is the trick. We must whisk. Whisk. I'm waiting for that to heat up though. Make you a coffee too. I'm tired from your breakfast beer. Oh my God, you're so funny. I don't know why. I thought it would be better than it was. Joe's was better. I think if Joe's soup had beef, I would have liked it more. but it had fish. And I guess, I don't know what I was expecting. I think it's just that the sauerkraut fish one tasted very vinegary. And listen, I'm a person who loves, you thought my thumbnail was a joke? No, it wasn't. I'm a person who actually likes sauerkraut. But I didn't like that sauerkraut. Gotta rinse it off. Because it just tasted too, I don't know. And then the only ones that didn't have, good morning, Ronnie C. Hi, Karina. The only ones that didn't have spice had fish. It's not that I thought that, RFD. It was that they thought it was. The broth looked like no, the mushroom, okay, mushrooms are not white, guys. You guys have to understand that. Most mushrooms are not white. A lot of mushrooms are brown, and it's got like a beef-based mushroom broth. Joe was insane with the whole dirty water thing, gray water. He was like, it wasn't gray, it was brown. And if you think of any beef broth soup, it's brown. So he needed to get the hell over that. Hi, Brian. And it wasn't that. It's that he couldn't handle the fish. And the fish was like so soft and not tasting. And sole is a bottom feeder fish. It's like flounder. So it just has no flavor. It literally takes on whatever the flavor is of the stuff that's in the soup. I don't even know if it takes on that flavor. I think it just sits there. I love mushrooms. And yes, I know that it sits in poop or whatever. It sits in fertilizer. It sits in, what do you call it? Decomposition stuff. So I do know that. But it wasn't that they weren't clean. It was just that that's the way it looks. And I bet you that it was probably made with fresh mushrooms, but also dried and such. I've made it before. It's not so awful. I've made mushroom soup. And I make a mean mushroom soup. I make a good mushroom soup. I do. All right, coffee. Let me pop this on. Boop. It's in the pink one. Why is it pink? Because it was $5 cheaper. Mushroom and jalapeno is the best pizza? Really? You only eat canned mushrooms. I can't. Stop it. I get fresh mushrooms if I can. I will have canned on hand if necessary, but I love fresh mushrooms. I love mushrooms. They're good. They're perfect. We're going to wait for this to steep. I'm going to give it, okay, it's 11:27. We're going to give it like 3 or 4 minutes. Yes, I am back home, Isabella, because it keeps raining off and on. And the gear is getting wet, and it doesn't like to get wet. But we did go for a little bit of a walk. Teeny tiny bit of a walk. So now we're sitting here waiting for that Pepto Pink. No, I don't like pink. I don't know what kind of taste buds Robert has. This is Robert. It's the only kind of coffee we make usually. We only do the French press because I find, I don't know. I find like we don't waste as much coffee because like trying to find a coffee maker, well, one that, this is all the space it takes on the counter. It literally could go in a cupboard. But if I had a machine, it would take up way too much space. And it's not necessary. You know, I don't, this is it. This is my countertop. It's a tiny little square. You push the press down once. Once it's steep, like you let it sit, like right now, we're letting it sit. And this is how you make it. You pour the coffee into the French press. You put the coffee in, then you pour the water in once it's heated. We have a little tea kettle over here on the counter that sits in the corner by the sink. So you pour the boiling water in, and then you cover it, and it just sits there thinking, It's been steeping for 2 minutes now. No, it's not freshly ground beans. Not freshly ground. And your home planet's the best. That's funny. No, it's not. It's not. I don't have a grinder. I've had that stuff before, and you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth all the hoo-ha, hee-ha. It really isn't. I gotta readjust all this shit around here. Let's see, what is this? Ooh, look what we got. Look what we got, guys. We got Lily's chocolate chips. Let's put some of those in. I know, I don't read my mozzarella sticks either. Look at, we're gonna put a little handful. These are sugar-free baking chips, chocolate style baking chips. No sugar. Put them in the coffee mug. We're gonna make ourselves a mocha. Yeah, and you're gonna like it too. Hi, Emmanuel. I know, I don't make my own mozzarella sticks, guys. Okay, how long has it been? It's been 3 minutes. We're gonna give it another minute or two because we want to make sure it's steeped good and look at it. It's dark. And you'll see it when I pour it because I'm gonna turn it down. Right, Egg Buds? Chocolate chips are good. I was wondering if I had some still. You know, and what's in it? I don't know. I can't read it. But I will tell you, it doesn't have maltitol, which is the devil. It's not the devil. It's just that it's not good for you. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. Good morning, Pat Drummond. No, I don't make my own mozzarella sticks. Okay, I'm going to show you guys when we push this down. If this explodes, because sometimes it does. Okay. So we just sit here and do this. It slowly goes down. Hopefully it doesn't go bloop bloop. Sometimes it does when I'm too much of in a hurry. You just press it. And what it's doing right now is the filter is pushing all the beans, the grounds, to the bottom. Ooh, we did that perfectly. Okay, so it's pressed. Coffee. There it is. Ta-da! That's a nice plant behind me. Okay. Oh, you put Andy's mints in yours? I don't have any sugar-free ones. I'm trying to mix up so that the chocolate will melt. Yes, we have a whole, our front room has now been taken over by plants, guys, as you've seen many times. I'm just mixing in so that the little chocolate might actually mix in. I know, Ange in the jungle. You guys don't like that plant back there? Yeah. China Doll's back there too, but we will not show her nakedness. If you happen to see it, you happen to see it. Hi, Israel. How are you? Okay. Come on, melt. I have no patience. I think you guys all know this by now. You've even been following me for a little bit. Very impatient. Okay. Let's taste it. It's wonderfully delicious. Oh, that's a good coffee too. That's a strong one. Put a little more. There we go. Okay. We still have a lot of coffee left. Okay, let's go in the other room. Now that we've made it. Yes, you like my jungle? Jungle fever. We always have jungle fever around this place. I swear. We're going to sit in the living room. On the couches, or on the couch, or whatever you want to call it. It is the couch. It's the Big L couch. Whew. Yay, we made it. So we'll just do a little chit chat. That's all. Good. Hair's like got the mermaid effect. First sip, the sun gets brighter. Exactly. You have 2 French presses? This actually tastes a little Mexican because I put the cinnamon in it. So I have cinnamon, I made a specialty coffee. I have cinnamon, I put in some chocolate chips, so it's like cinnamon chocolate. And then I have a little bit of sweetener because the chocolate chips are not super sweet. And then I put in a dash of vanilla. Ooh, a fancy. Hi, Jim, how are you? Yeah, coffee can replace the sun. Oh, thank you, baby love. We got these cups, these mugs. We actually can't find them. The artist decided to move upstate, and it's called Handmade a Day or something like that. Handmade a Day. He was out of New York, but he moved upstate, and we loved these mugs because they're shaped like this, and they all have big ass handles and stuff, and they're very chunky and stuff. So to us, they're kind of like little art pieces. But he moved upstate, and it's hard to get his stuff. But we do love these mugs. Everybody comments on it every single time. Our mugs, whenever I have a mug like this in my hands, they're like, that mug, I know, it's huge, right? It's the handle. It's this handle that makes it. It's a big enough handle. Add some tequila. I can't do that. How are you? I can't. The handle is big. It looks like a big pink. It looks like a padlock, right? That's why I like it. Like, he needed to keep making it this style. Like, he started to change it and had different glazes and designs. And I'm like, dude, your best stuff was your simple stuff. So we have a white one. We have a black short one like this. We had a blue one, but I think Josh had it somewhere else. And then we have a tall black one. And then we have a tiny little black one. So we would buy little pieces here and there. Add some nutmeg and kirsch, and you'll have liquid Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte. Really? I apologize for any slurping that is coming through on the mic. But yeah. Brian Forrest from the Bronx. Ace Wolf, what is a Josh? Josh is my son, is our son. James says, can you pray for my friend who's in jail and his name is Patrick Sean? Oh my God, stop it. I'm not even going there, James. He needs to pray for himself. Emmanuel, she looks like she's ready to do an interpretive dance. Black Forest cherry cake. You know, once in a while, you know, this would taste beautiful with the perfect cake. It's okay. It's okay, Hans. It's okay. And you after have walked yesterday. Have you heard Notion by Rare Occasions? No, I have not. Do artists still live in Soho? I think artists live everywhere. There's a lot of artists who have a lot of freaking money. Let me just say that. There's a pipe built in the handle. The Wake and Bake cup. Oh, I've heard of that, McBuds. I've heard of that. I have heard of that kind of I've seen that kind of coffee mug where you have a coffee mug, but it has a pipe. Yeah, it's like, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Lupe, I don't know. I've never been a fan of Black Forest. I've never really had a really good, like, I yearn for a Black Forest cake. You know how people all wanted black or red velvet? And that was supposed to be because the chocolate had alkalized, and that's why it was red. Or it wasn't alkalized. I don't know. Something like that, right? It's because the chocolate had turned, and that's why it turned red. Not that it was bad. It was just a different thing. Spoiler, sure is a calming notion, perpetual, and okay, Nova Star. QBN, I am well. But, Luke, no, the torte part is supposed to be extremely dense and moist. That's what I think. But sometimes I feel like people get these tortes and like, you know, they're like 8 layers, but they're dry as F. like Joe's sister would always buy these like holiday torts, okay? And she would buy these, and these would be filled with liquor and everything else like that. It was from a Polish bakery. And she would get them and she'd have it. And I'm like, these taste like garbage. Are you trying to like it, or do you buy it because it's a symbol for something for you? But they were the driest damn cake I ever saw. I know, Joe Maliga. I love the Polish restaurants. I want to get back over there. That whole area, I feel like, of Greenpoint is going through a change. When you bring that up, I think we might be going down to Williamsburg anyway, so we'll be out that way. But the thing is like, I feel like it's all going through a change right now. A lot of the businesses that were there when we first moved here have closed. The grocery store closed. The little deli that we love to go to closed. A couple of other places have closed. The new deli that took the old deli closed. And it's like, those were the places I would go to go get my sausage and everything. So now we're on the hunt to find new places to go to. So we may be doing a Polish one. I think I do want to do that, especially because as Easter's coming up, that was a big thing for us. That would be the time of having a lot of Polish, because like there's a lot of Polish Catholics, and you would have a lot of that kind of food. You know, you'd have all the pierogies and everything Polish, and the Polish ham, because you know, Polish people, I guess, raised pigs. I don't know. But lots of food like that. So we may end up doing that this weekend. They charge a ton of money for their paintings too. Who does? I must have missed it. Mike's cousin was German. I learned how to cook German food quite well. The torte is rich, dense. Yeah, it's supposed to be rich, dense, and moist, but some places I think they have it. Like that bakery that we keep walking by. You know, that cafe, the Ammonia Cafe. I feel like the woman is tracking me now because she was staring at us when we went by last night. Did you guys notice that? I have to like do this to my hair so that it stays straight a little bit, so it's not so wavy. But when we went to go look for the cake, we couldn't find the cake. We think she cut the cake up and sold it by piece, which is fine. But it's just that it was amazing that it sat in the window with that big divot taken out of it for so long. Hi, Walt Money. Let me see. You know, I'm gonna have to go grab, hang on, my glasses, because I've been doing so much computer work lately that I literally am having a hard time reading. So close. So let me go grab my glasses, which are right over here in my little corner of my little world. Over here. It's super easy. Yeah. When you live in a tiny apartment, you can literally get to everything in a second. You don't have to go into another room, really. There we go. An Italian rum cake. Oh, that would be wonderful. I wish I could make, I know I could if I tried, but I wish I could really make like the cakes and stuff that I can have. I just feel like it would be so expensive. Because like Joe said, and just buy it, you're going to end up spending more on everything, all the ingredients to make the cake, than you would if you just bought the cake, you know. And he's right, because like I can't buy regular flour. I have to buy almond flour and all of that. I have stuff. Have I ever tried rum cake? I have had rum cake. I've had all different kinds of cake. It was called Chile's La Jalapena. What? Italian rum cake sounds wonderful. The Polish people would always put so much whiskey and other brandies and stuff in their cakes, their tarts, their torts. But the cake would be like yay big, full. It'll only cost you $200 for a dozen cookies. Thank you, Treat99, for that reminder. But that's because I bought regular stuff and then I bought the other stuff. I know, it costs so much for me to bake. I can't do it. It's too much money. I spend way too much money on baking shit like that. It's the truth. It's the truth. Also, I could show you guys a picture of keto cookies next to regular cookies. Who does that? I do that. I do that. I probably have enough ingredients to go bake a cake now. Don't make me do this. Why are you guys putting this in my head? You know, when you plant the seed in there, that I start to get obsessive. Would you say? And wheat chocolate torte I make uses only 1/2 cup flour, the other ingredients. I know, I can't even do a 1/2 cup of flour. I can't even do it. I literally can't do it. I've had stuff that has a little flour. I know, Velabate Alba in Bensonhurst. Yeah, Emmanuel. I've been there many times. I would visit it all before before the beaties came to light. Oh, I loved going to Velabate. Yeah, we would go. We would go all the time. As kids, you got the Busha's rum-soaked babka. The babka. I know, the cake ledge is real. You guys are going to get me on the cake ledge. I'm going to literally look up. I'm just letting you know. I'm letting all of you know that you have pushed me. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to take stock of, okay, how much almond flour do I have? How much coconut flour do I have? I know I've got eggs. I do have cream, which can be used. I'm going to be. I know, it's Sicilian, Emmanuel. I know. That's like the real shit. You walk into the Villa Bate, oh my God. And then we would get the arancini. Oh, like they'd have it in the corner. Like when you walk in to the left, this is how I'm going to describe it. And Emmanuel, you'll know that I've been there many, many times. You walk in, to the left is the coffee bar. You go to the coffee bar, and then they have the whole centerpiece, which usually has all the Easter. Oh, right now it's like Easter banana crazy. Okay. And then to the corner, in the corner on the left, that's where all the hot food is. That's where the hot food is. That's where you can get all your good stuff. And we would get the arancini balls. Oh, the rice balls. Oh, it was so good. With a little extra sauce. Oh my God. You know I have baking chips. Oh, Vivi Cubed. You're new to my channel. Thank you so much, Vivi. Welcome in. It's a fantastic pastry shop. Yeah, and then you go to the right. You got to follow around because you got to get on the line. You have to get online. You don't get in line, you get online. And then you got to go around and tell them everything you want. And it's pastries everywhere. And it's like, I swear to God, you feel like you're in the damn cathedral. The pastry shops here in New York, out of bounds. And why do I say the pastry shops in New York? Because you could go to every freaking culture, ethnicity, anything. You could go to Italian, Polish, French. Pick something. You can get that bakery. You can get that baked good. There's Jewish bakeries. There's Korean bakeries. There's Japanese bakeries. There's all different kinds. Chinese bakeries. You're all different kinds. Every kind of food that you think, oh, I probably can't get that here. Oh, no, they got it here. They got it here. They have it. It's crazy. Drayton, I think Anne should bake a cake with almond flour today. Lori Sue, you know it. You know that. That's what I'm going to look up and see if I have everything for it. And I think I do. Because I have no other food in the house besides probably ingredients to make something with. You know? Like, you know when they say you have no food? They're really, I mean, yeah, I can make a hamburger and some shrimp. But there's no food as in like it's prepped and ready to go. That's what it is. There's nothing in there that I really want to have. So I'm going to have to like look at possibly making a cake. Maybe muffins. I do have a baking dish. It's Friday. Cake it is. I'm cracking up. Cake it is. Well, thank you, Vivi. My hair is now, this is called Rain. It's called Rain. Rain made my hair crazy and ugly right now, I think. It's like, and we don't look at that. Shh, don't talk about that. Don't talk about that. Don't talk about any of that. You know, but yeah, maybe I will do the cake. We'll see. We're just having a little chit chat here because, you know, the rain. My charcuterie board. Oh, I love charcuterie boards. So Joe and I do have to go. Let them eat cake for dinner, right? We used to do that. This is called confessional time. What are some of the terrible things that you would do for dinner? We would eat cake. I'm going to tell you for real. It's probably why I got the beaties. We would buy, and y'all can chime in at any time. We would go buy, like, this is back when we lived in Minnesota. We would go buy bagels. Now, we would have to drive to get some decent bagels, okay? We would have to go drive to get some decent bagels. And they would give you baker's dozen, which is 13, not 12, but 13. And so we would bring those home. We would have a bagel in the car because the bagels were so fresh. We didn't really know the bagels until we went to New York, and then we realized the difference between the bagels. But let me just tell you, even now, we would still, back in the day before the beaties came on, we would go get the bagels. Okay, we'd have a bagel in the car. Got home. That's when we made the bagel with the cream cheese because, you can't do that in the car. So then we had a bagel and, when we got home. It would be a day of bagels. It would be basically a day of let's just all eat bread today. We would have bagels. Then we would toast the bagels. Then we would make a little sandwich with the bagels. And then we would heat the bagels. And then we put this on the bagels. By the time the end of the day happened, there was probably out of 13 bagels among 3 of us, there was probably maybe 1 bagel left. Hi, Absy. Hello. Okay, the last person who said, let them eat cake, you see what happened to her. Listen, everybody has cake, and not everybody develops the beaties. I developed the beaties because, one, is probably a predisposition in my makeup of my genetics. Also, yes, didn't realize that having pasta, bread, everything like that, my body doesn't like it. It says, that's too much for you, honey. So now I can't eat it. And that's okay. Let go of my bagel. It was a bagel day. Yeah. Pancakes for breakfast is not bad. I mean, it's what it was. It's what it was. People have breakfast for, dinner. That's a good thing. That's fine. And honestly, food can be at any time. But yeah, we just didn't want to cook. What's my favorite bagel? Oof. I'm going to say it would have to be like a cheese bagel or basically a salt bagel. I liked the salt bagel. Oh, I know. So it's either between salt and sesame. Salt and sesame. Tell us about the spaghetti night at the Homix. The spaghetti night. We would have spaghetti. Josh doesn't like spaghetti. He never liked spaghetti. Yep, DNA has everything to do with just about it. Oh, it really does, Lori. And it's like, you just have to know what your body, everybody's different. But because of our way our culture in the U.S. is in regards to dietary stuff, they put it in everything. What's a salt bagel? A salt bagel is basically a plain bagel that they wet and then they dip it in like pretzel salt. It's kind of like pretzel salt. And then it's got a good salty taste. Josh's birthday, he ended up working. He had a client job that he had to do all day. He didn't get home till late, but I made a whole spread for him of all of his favorite foods and stuff. So when he came home, he had sushi and some Korean food and some treats and a lot of pastries and stuff for him to celebrate. So that's what we did for his birthday. But yeah, so basically that's what a salt bagel is. It's it's like, okay, you know how you have a sesame bagel that has sesame seeds all over it? This basically has pieces of salt all over it. You've never seen a salt bagel? I used to I don't know if they did this in your high school, but the whole bagel thing started for us in high school because it was like a certain day of the week, there would be bagel day. Do you guys ever have bagel days? You ever have that? Like they would have bagels. So they would have a place that would deliver all these bagels, and then it's like the student council or whatever group would sell bagels, and it'd be like $0.25 a piece. Legit, it was $0.25. Go back to sleep, Robert. You love fresh salt bagels. Yeah, if they're fresh, you don't have to do anything to them. You just eat them that way. But they have to be crunchy on the outside, soft on the middle. They were just plain old bagels, though. Yeah, but they had salt on them, which made all the difference in the world. I never was a raisin bagel fan. No, I wanted the salt bagel or a sesame bagel. Then sometimes I do the cheese, but when people would get onion bagel, no. You had hot dog day. No, we had bagel day. This was in Michigan. We had bagel day. We must have been bougie. We had warm, soft pretzel days in high school. PA, of course. Oh, yeah, ours was bagels. Oh, they were only plain old bagel days when you had. No, ours was, they came around, and this is how they did it. They came around to each classroom at a certain time, and they had to do, jalapeno bagels with like a cheese on it. That's good. But they would come around to each classroom, and then you would sell them what you wanted. You would tell them what you want. And then you would give them like your quarters. Because it was honestly, I don't want to hear about it. I know I sound like I'm a crazy old lady. It was a quarter. Because you just made sure you had to have enough change so you could buy your bagel. They must have been donated. I think the bagels had to be donated or something. Because how would they be able to charge that, you know? Like now a bagel is, maybe it was 50 cents. I think it was like only a quarter though. I really do believe that, because sometimes a friend would get me a bagel if I didn't have any money on me. Because, you know, you in school, this was only in high school. You don't have any money, you know, and you're not going to be, you know, spending the money that you earn babysitting on that. You want to spend that money on some stupid stuff like, you know, earrings and shit and nail polish. They were free? Oh, no. This was a fundraiser. So the student council would come around and then they would do that. And then that money would go towards the dances and stuff that we would have at the school. For real. That's what they did. I wish they were free. They couldn't do it free because, you know, people be greedy. People are greedy. When they see free, they're like, I'll have 5. And be like, bitch, sit down. You don't need 5. Ooh, Krispy Kreme donuts. They are too sweet. I don't like Krispy Kreme donuts either. I don't know. People are all tripping out with Krispy Kreme and Dunkin'. I personally spend your... Treat 99, you make me laugh. I spend my babysitting money on bagels. I know. I've heard the stories. I wouldn't. I would spend my babysitting money on a bunch of other shit. But I'm just telling you, I would, yeah, they could never do that. They would have to. But yeah, we loved the bagel. Loved the bagel. So now I'm going to have to sit here and figure out if I can make a cake. I don't know if it's going to happen. We're going to maybe look at it. Because I'm going to keep working. Because one of the things I'm telling you guys just now, because, you know, I always have to keep my channel up to date. It's a whole thing. But working on a new merch store. Okay. I didn't see the hype with Krispy Kreme. I think it was a localized thing. I don't know why. I don't know why Krispy Kreme Jovan got so big. And I don't know. I like hometown, like small bakeries. I think they do the the donuts and everything else best. You're on your way to McDonald's right now to get some Krispy Kreme. You're in a mood. Oh, thank you, Sophia. You have a good day. Yeah, Krispy Kremes are now at McDonald's. I never got into that. I feel like there's too much air. There's not enough. I know me saying this phrase is just stupid. There's not enough sustenance in a Krispy Kreme. Yes, I know there's none, but there's not enough substantial donut in a Krispy Kreme. They're too airy. They're too fluffy. There is more substance in like a French cruller than a Krispy Kreme. And I would get the French cruller from like the old-fashioned bakeries in Detroit. So it doesn't, I don't understand it. I don't know, people just like how they look or whatever, but I feel like they're too sweet. I'm not a fan of them. They're okay, but they're not like Peter Pan Donuts in Brooklyn. That's legit. Because you get one of their homemade donuts, it's crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside. It's like, ooh, that you could tell that was like real. Their donuts are no joke. You got to go to like an old kind bakery like that. Old Polish bakery, something, old world bakery. Those are real. You're a Joe likes cheese Danish. He does. Joe loves Danish. You know what Joe loved? Was buying the coffee cakes at, you know, Entenmann coffee, the coffee cakes that you'd buy at the grocery store. That was Joe's thing. He loved the coffee cakes. You get like the Danish cake. Like if the Danish cake was like the long Danish cake you get in like the rectangular thing, and it would just look like red with the white frosting all over it. That was him. That was him. He was all over that. And he would just like cut, and it would be big slices too. He would cut that like, oh, I'm going to have this with this. But then he would go back and get another. He would go back and get another. That thing lasted 2 days, if it made it to 2 days. And that was all Joe. That was all Joe. It wasn't even me. It was Joe. He loved coffee cakes. He loves Danish cakes. He loved all that stuff. And I'm telling you, in Michigan, it was a thing. I don't know if it's a thing here, but ooh, no, prune Danish. I can't do that. I don't like the prune. It's okay. Frosted cinnamon rolls. Yeah, those are. But their cheese should be thicker and less sweet. Yeah. Yeah, I am with you on that one, Treatin'. You had to go to a certain place and they made him good. Joe loved him. He loved him. That's why we would go before I realized my condition. That's why we would go to Fairway. Because Fairway would have, you could get 12 pastries for $10. Or it was 10 for 10. It was something crazy like that. And they included, get this part, they included their brownies in it. They don't do it anymore. But they included their brownies. Now, they would bake all their stuff. And they would, hi, darling. They would include their brownies in it. And their brownies were this big. Okay? They were big-ass brownies. So I would go and buy all the brownies. That's what I would do. Because Joe's like, yeah, that's a good deal. So we would buy some pastries, but we would buy all those brownies and stuff. And the people that were in behind, and like, because like you go up to the case and you have to take them out yourself. People that were behind us waiting to get in and get them, they were pissed. Because they didn't think about that. I'm like, the brownies are included. Have bags of day-old bagels. I don't know about that. You had donut day. No, we had bagel day. Yeah. So we would do that. We would go and buy the pastries from Fairway because they were really, really cheap. And it was only the Fairway that was up by like 125, which is now closed and defunct, and it's gone. Let's talk about chocolate cake next. Oh my God. Y'all are making me need to make a pastry. You guys gonna, I don't know, man. I don't know. All right. I'm gonna get in the kitchen. I'm gonna root around the kitchen and see what I got. This coffee, perfect. Perfect. You've never eaten a White Castle? I'm gonna advise you not to eat a White Castle at this age. Okay? Because White Castle can do a number. We actually did, I'm gonna tell you something, Treatin'. We did, and everybody else here, Joe and I did a whole challenge. And this was before I did YouTube. We did a challenge that Joe said that he didn't think I could eat, was it a dozen White Castle? They're little bitty burgers. You know, there's like a thin, tiny piece of, it's mostly bread. Okay? Ageism. Yeah, I know. Ageism. But let me tell you, those will tear you up. White Castle, it'll like you going down. You'll have like it's like they're like a bomb. Like I liked them. They go down easy, but I'm telling you, they come back up on you. They come back at you, and you're like, what? White Castles. Did you find the Cruise coffee blend from the Cruise? I did look it up, but I've not found it in a store yet. So I have to actually look it up. Oh, look, we got people that gotta hold him. All right, we gotta hide that one. Where's this person? Where is it? We have to block that person. How do I block it? Oh, I can't. I don't know. Thank you, darling. How many sliders are in a suitcase? A lot. Thank you, darling. I was like, and then it's like somebody had already done it, so I couldn't touch it. I was like, Darlene's she's got her mod cat on. But yeah, don't do it, Treatin'. You don't want it. It is ageism. Well, you have to, I'm going to tell you, if you eat like a dozen White Castle, even if you have like 6 White Castles, because they go down easy, guys. you may have to secure yourself in a separate room from all your family members for a little bit, because they're going to have to be wearing a mask, because the gas that you're going to be emitting, that could launch the space shuttle. I'm serious. For real. The gas is real. It's like, whoo, doggy, what the hell happened? Yeah, don't light a match. You fart, don't light a match, because I don't know what's going up. You could set the whole building down. Because, damn. Yes, they have White Castle in Vegas now. That's not, I don't think anything could ever stop, but I had that. And I'm going to say it was a rumble in the jungle. It was rumbling in the tummy. And I did eat them, but it was like not good. It wasn't good. I was like all night. And I remember this, and this was like a decade ago. We'll never do it again. Never, ever, 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 ever. Like, last night, I wasn't feeling the best after sauerkraut fish. Don't even start. Yes, that was honestly, I thought that it was going to be okay. I thought it was going to be good. And, it was the opposite. Joe was right. It wasn't that good. He overreacts, because that is Joe. It was edible, but it wasn't like, I'm coming back. But, oh God, you don't even know. Like the thumbnail... The thumbnail is so true. Joe's face on that. Yes. And I'm very glad I didn't get the snakehead fish, because I didn't know what that was, and it sounded a little scary. I know, ABX. I did too when I was younger, and we grew up on White Castle. And all that stuff. Detroit, you got all that crazy ass food. But as you get older, Did it mess up my stomach? A little bit. It wasn't feeling the best afterwards. I was very, like, I don't know if it was like the broth or whatever was in it. It wasn't sitting perfectly. I don't want to know. She said it had skin. And I'm like, what? And she didn't really describe it. I was like, what? And she kept saying something about if you don't like this skin. I'm like, what? No. We did not get. And then it was called snakehead. No. I remember when I was 10, when I was in Detroit, and it was 10 below, and I ordered chocolate shake, and they looked at me like I was crazy. Oh, yeah, no, we ordered a chocolate shake. The only thing is if you have a chocolate shake with a White Castle, because White Castles have so much grease in them that when you drink the chocolate shake, when you drink the chocolate shake, see, you guys got cake on my mind. When you drink the chocolate shake after you ate a White Castle, the chocolate shake freezes all the fat that was from the burger in your mouth. And then you have frozen burger grease in your mouth. The most weird feeling ever. I didn't know what was going on. And then Joe didn't know what was going on. And then we realized what was going on. And it was like, this isn't normal. There's that much grease in the burgers. No, it's not. I was like, what is this? Why do I have it's freaky. It's freaky. Anyway, you guys have a good Friday. I'm going to go wander in the kitchen and stuff. We did go. No, Lori, you're fine. How is White Castle still in business? I don't know. People love the gas. Maybe that gets them across. I don't know, whatever. But you guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Peace out.